This is the message for the last generation. The generation that would see the final signs. The generation that would watch the world shift beneath their feet. We are that generation. There has never been a time like this before. A global tension, a spiritual awakening, a spiritual shaking, a restless world that no longer cares for truth. We are living in the very days Jesus warned us about. The scriptures speak of a season when the fig tree would blossom, when Israel would turn to her land, when nations would rage, when knowledge would increase, when violence would fill the earth, all in one generation, all at one time, all right now. The last generation is not defined by dates, it is defined by signs. And the signs are not coming. The signs are here. The days of Noah, the days of Lot, the days of the prophets, the days of the apostles, all of them speak to us. All of them point to now. In the last generation, hearts would grow cold. Love would fade. Truth would be replaced with desire. And people would worship themselves. Does that sound like the world around you? Men would call evil good and good evil. Darkness celebrated and light is despised. We are watching it in real time. The Lord said this generation would be marked by distress among the nations, the sea and the waves roaring, people's hearts failing them for fear. The last generation would live in a world filled with fear and yet completely asleep. There would be signs in the sun, signs in the moon, signs in the heavens above and the earth beneath, and people would ignore them. There would be wars and rumors of wars, nation rising against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and people would scroll past it like it was normal. But the last generation is not just about the signs of wrath. It is about the call of mercy. The gospel would be preached to all the nations. The message would travel faster than ever before. The word would reach the ends of the earth, and I am part of it. This generation is seeing it happen right here, right now. The last generation would be a time when men would run to and fro, when knowledge would explode. We hold more information in our hands than any age before us, but we have less wisdom than ever. The last generation would be a world of great darkness, but also a world of great light. A world where the remnant rises. A world where the watchmen cry out. A world where the Spirit is poured out on all flesh. A world where the church awakens. The last generation is not just a mark of judgment. It is a mark of calling. We were not born in this time by accident. We were placed here, assigned here, purposed here. The Lord chose you for this hour, to stand, to endure, to watch, to be a light in a darkening world. The last generation is the final witness, the final warning, the final shout. The bride saying, "Come, Lord Jesus." The world will grow darker, but the light in you must grow brighter. The world will grow colder, but your heart will burn hotter. The world will fall deeper into deception, but you must cling to truth tighter than ever. You were born for such a time as this. You were placed in this generation for a purpose. Not to fear, not to hide, not to shrink back, but to stand. The last generation will see the final signs, the final shakings, the final war cries, and then the final trumpet. And when that trumpet sounds, every story ends, every choice is sealed, every heart is exposed, and then the King returns. The last generation is not about fear. It is about readiness, purity, watching, and staying awake. You are not here by accident. You are here by design. You are part of the last generation. The generation that would see the signs. The generation that would hear the call. The generation that would lift their heads, for their redemption draws near. Be ready. Be watchful. Be faithful. Be found awake. For the Son of Man is coming in an hour you do not expect.